Hi guys, welcome to Jack. I'm Adrian and today we are on Carnaby Street, London. We're going to have a chat with a guy who's had quite a big impact on the watch world, but not in the traditional sense. We are going to go talk to G-Shock, Mr G-Shock, Mr Ibe. He doesn't venture outside of Japan too often, so we're pretty lucky to get some time with him. Let's go see what he's got to say. Before we go no further, a huge shout out to RedBar London for hooking me up with this interview. Please go check them out on Instagram and give them a follow, just as a way of saying thanks. So guys, this is Kikuo Ibe, and before we get into it, let me tell you a bit about his background. So he joined Casio in the late 70s when Casio were working on the first digital watches, and he was a designer for them. He was wearing a mechanical watch that his dad had given him in high school, and it got knocked off his wrist when he was walking down the street and it smashed on the floor. He was really upset about this, and that's what started the whole G-Shock journey. The funny thing is that he actually developed the G-Shock outside of work hours. It was all his own ideas. He was working on a completely different project, but this passion or this drive to create something that was pretty much indestructible was all done outside of work hours. And he did a presentation later on in the day. It was hilarious. It was full of animations, and he's just a very, very funny chap. But he tells a story of how he would create a prototype, go to the toilet on the third floor, lock himself in the cubicle, and throw the prototypes out of the window of the Casio factory, and then leg it downstairs to see what had happened to this prototype before anyone else could see what was going on. He has this motto of never give up. Even when he got to a point of the development where he just couldn't think of anything else to do to make this watch as durable as what he wanted, he always had this idea of just never give up, and that's kind of been his motto throughout. But let's have a listen to what he has to say. Thanks very much for talking to me, Mr. Ibe. I really appreciate your time with this.
Thank you very much.
So I've just got some questions trying to find out who you are and a bit of an understanding around G-Shock. G-Shocks are widely loved by a lot of different people, guys, girls, people who are in the military, sports people, and fashion people, and also watch enthusiasts as well. So a watch that's managed to connect with so many different people, where did your inspiration come from? Where did your motivation come from to create the G-Shock?
Well, he would like to say thank you for many people love G-Shocks, and what he aims is to develop the new G-Shock, which is beyond the people's expectations, beyond the fans' expectations. He imagined that those people are very happy about G-Shock, so that is going to be the motivation for him.
Within a watch world that is so focused on automatic movements or mechanical movements, how do you feel G-Shock fits within the world of watches?
So G-Shock is the concept is toughness, and that is the one and only brand we have those kind of competence. So he would like to keep this toughness concept.
And that leads perfectly onto my next question of how. So G-Shock is a lot of G-Shocks are now doing metal ones. But a lot of G-Shocks are coated in a resin, a plastic resin. What happens to the insides? How do you make sure that the mechanics or the circuitry, what's protecting them?
So there's a two system to reduce the shock inside. So we call the module. Yep. And there's a step-by-step reducing the impact, and also we have a G-Shock has a module floating system. So that means the module is floating inside.
I think I know the answer to this question based on what you've said already, but with G-Shock you've created these modules, these floating modules, to create a very durable watch. Have you ever thought of moving into the mechanical movement world and kind of taken that idea of having the circuitry in a module, you have a mechanical movement in that module, or is the focus so much on toughness that a mechanical movement just wouldn't be able to handle what you do to watch?
So for the moment, he doesn't consider about it. He would like to ask you a mechanical watch which has a toughness, or G-Shock mechanical watch. Is it well?
I think it's yes. If you could get a mechanical movement to be as tough as the current G-Shocks, I think that'd be an incredible feat of innovation. But is it possible? I don't know. I think it isn't possible. The more moving parts, the more opportunity for failure.
That's right.
And if you have a concealed module like you do, then I think there's always going to be stronger. But I think a lot of people will be very impressed.
ありがとうございます。で、おそらく
So if he try to realize the mechanical G-Shock, because a lot of gear is used for mechanical watches, so it's gonna be the big challenge to realize that. Yeah.
So I see we've got some amazing watches here in the metal. Is this the future of G-Shock, going down the route of exploring new materials? What are we to expect from the future of G-Shock?
So yeah, when we think that some kind of new technology or some kind of new technology or new materials needed for the fan, and then maybe those new technology and new materials are going to be used for new G-Shock in the future.
So when things come out, you'll incorporate.
Yeah.
When we feel if it's necessary for the new generation, we always put what they want to do into the G-Shock. So we always expect to overachieve their expectation, so we can give wow factor all the time.
So keeping up to date.
Yeah. So please expect.
I knew there could be much to be said around that, but I appreciate it. So the final thing is, a lot of G-Shocks are built for adventure, a lot of them are built for kind of a survival situation. So when zombies take over the world, what would be the G-Shock that you would grab to help you survive in the wild?
もしゾンビが発生するなどいう時の時に、自分がサバイブするためにどの G-Shock をつけていきますか。
私としては今つけている DW5600 をつけますけれども、きっと私はゾンビにも、DW5600 を勧めると思います。
So yeah, of course he will take DW5600, his DW5600, his favorite DW5600 to run, but he said he will suggest DW5600 also to zombies.
So they can tell us that.
そうするとすごく新しいファンが増えるんじゃないかなと思ってます。
So then he thinks that
New user.
Always
Yeah.
new market. Oh, fantastic! Very clever. Well, I really appreciate your time, Mr. Ibe. It's always fantastic to learn the history behind something, and I think I'm sure you're aware of how popular the watch is, but you seem like a very humble person, and it's quite amazing to think that from such a young age you designed something that's turned into pretty much a brand of its own, and so it's quite an amazing kind of feat that you've created with all of this.
いやとにかくG-Shockがやっぱり若い人にもみんなに受け入れられてきてることは本当にすごいことですし、素晴らしいですと。
逆にそこまで、広がったのは、今日のようにメディアの方々が、G-Shock を取り上げて、くださったおかげだと思ってますので、今日のインタビューを見てとても感謝しております。
So because everybody loves the G-Shock, because like you guys have a good relation, good how can I say, have information to all the peoples. So he appreciate this kind of interview and this kind of opportunities.
That's very kind.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much.
Thank you. Brilliant. Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah.
And there you have it, Mr. Ibe, a hilarious chap, very, very calm, very relaxed, very humble chap. Massive thank you to him, Casio and G-Shock for engaging with me and allowing for this to happen, because it was a fascinating interaction and a fascinating afternoon as well, seeing all these products. This is the first of 2 videos. The next video is going to be an insight into what they're about to release and kind of covering the RedBar event that happened. So do check that out. That'll be probably dropping around Friday time-ish this week. But it should be quite an interesting video. And they've got some really cool watches that are coming up. Guys, thanks so much for hanging around and watching this. I know it was quite a tricky thing to follow because of all the kind of translations and everything, but it's for me, I really enjoyed the interaction, and I hope you did as well. We've got lots of cool things coming on this channel, so if you haven't subscribed yet, do smash that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. Check me out on Instagram at BarkandJack, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, and don't forget to go follow RedBar London as well, at RedBar London. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.